everybody. It's Jamie from Lemon Rebellion, and I'm here today to present you to Tijen Genco. She is a master certified and national board certified health and wellness coach. And since 1998, Tijen has been coaching individuals as well as chiefs of staff of Fortune 100 companies and nonprofit organizations globally. She's a coach educator in the academic environment and an ICF, which is an International Coach Federation certified mentor, coach, and assessor. She has an MS in management, organizational behavior and coaching, and a BS in electronics engineering. Tijen's comprehensive approach to well-being and achieving human potential led her to obtaining certifications in various mind-body modalities as well, such as yoga, Pilates, and meditation. And she is one of our presenters at Lemon Rebellion coming up in September. Welcome, Tijen. It's great to see you.
Thank you, Jamie. It's lovely to be with you.
Wonderful. So I'd love for you to share with us today, because I know at Lemon Rebellion, you're going to be speaking about resilience. And one thing I love about what you do and how you do it is you have this combination of, the somatic work with the coaching work, and in many ways, a perspective that both combines, I think, Eastern and Western perspectives. So I'd love to hear, what are your thoughts really on resilience and what you're going to be sharing us and guiding us through at Lemon Rebellion?
Thank you for that question. Yeah, I was born in the middle of East and West in Turkey. Right? So in a way that over the years as an engineer, I integrated the best modalities, East and West. So when it comes to resilience, it's also interesting that any concept, most of the concepts, when it comes to human behavior, are cultural, right? That certain cultures have the same experience. It's nothing for them. They move on in another culture. It's a big deal. So you
Mm-hmm.
really need to understand that what creates the response to the event. And when that response is created, where is it created in the whole human system? That's sort of the somatic approach to it. And certain things that when we go through a trauma, they create a permanent almost imprint in the nervous system because we as a human being don't want to recognize or let go of the experience in that way. So when we don't feel like it's finished, if we're feeling guilty, ashamed, and upset, and haven't forgiven whatever that thing is, then the nervous system continues to become active and constantly telling you, this is not done, this is not done, this is not done. And then you continue to feel whatever you're feeling. So then, therefore, it's important for us to first recognize what is happening, then recognize what are we choosing as a response to the event. And once we understand that, then we can, by changing our response, finish that traumatic response in the human body and also come to a place of empowerment, so that because we've been there, we understand what happened to us inside and out.
Mm-hmm.
And then we can change our response to come to a more powering place.
Oh, okay. I see. What are some of the ways in which we can do that? We can move through those feelings and close that circle to the things that are left undone after traumatic experience.
Yeah, I think the first thing we all need to do, which in the Western cultures we don't do very well, is that set a time aside for grievance.
Mm.
We feel like we need to bounce right back on and act and all that, but that emotion, whatever it was produced, again, that impacts the system, needs to go wherever it needs to go. If you need to shed a tear or two, you got to do that, so that the closing of the loop of the system needs to take place. So whatever we need to do to go through our grievance is a very important and very crucial first step. And that is very different for everybody, right? We cannot set a time to say you have to finish the grievance in 3 days. It doesn't work like that. And so honoring the person's own needs and figuring out is the one of the first step. The second then comes to a place of how do we, once the grievance finishes, what are you left with? How digestible then the events comes up for you. If you feel like you still cannot digest it, you need have a feel to need to resist, then in the coaching approach I often use to show the persons that what might be beneficial for them to go through this experience in their lifetime. You know, it's not like the fake positive psychology enforcing, I call that the bullying into the positivity, you
Mhm.
know. But what happens to you just because of this event? You know, I've been through breast cancer diagnosis last 2019 and through the treatment. And it was as hard as it was, I decided to make that a teaching moment. So once I decided to do that, then I become okay. Now I need to learn as much about this event so I can teach my students how to respond to the others. So
Mhm.
once you change your response, how to accept the event in a way, then it actually changes and empowers you. So that will become the third step. And that's one of the hardest ones that I call it that moving from um, disempowerment into the empowerment and coming to utilize whatever it is as your superpower.
That's wonderful. I'm curious about your thoughts on when things happen that are tough or tragic. And I'm very sorry to hear about your breast cancer diagnosis. I hope that you're doing well with that now.
Thank you. Yeah.
Wonderful. I'm so pleased. We hear these hard things that happen to us, and a lot of times we get stuck in it and we can't turn it into, and I agree with you 100%. It's not about being fake positive. And actually, part of the story of the name of Lemon Rebellion, I don't know if you've heard this saying, when life gives you lemons, make lemonade.
Yeah.
I hate it. I hate it with all my heart because it's fake positivity. It's like take the hard thing, throw some sugar in it, drink it up anyway, and move on with life. And I don't like that. I think when we get lemons, we have to grieve. We can get angry. We can turn it into something productive, but there's a natural process that we go through. What do you think makes a difference between, or what do we have to believe or be open to not get stuck in that dark or hard space and be able to move forward when it's time?
Yeah, I think that a lot of people do not understand the concept of surrender very well. That surrendering almost feels like you let go and do nothing, and you know, it's not that. The surrendering experience is coming to a place of harmony with the conditions around you, that often we feel stuck because we want to control what's happening. Of course, if it was left to my own devices, I would not chosen the breast cancer experience, right? But it was there. So then, okay, it is there. Then what needs to happen for me that I can find a more peace with this? Really, it come to a little bit more intellectual and a detached experience. So, and another thing, I think that my mantra was, I didn't have any problem right now. I didn't feel bad. I mean, I wasn't feeling bad right now. So I just see what's in front of me. And as we go through the event, and then when we gone through the event, go back and say, okay, so if this was a medal, me being a veteran, what it is this medal for?
Great.
And I mean, we have a whole bunch of medals, right?
Wow.
So and how do I wear best this medal? You know, what do I do with this medal?
Yeah.
And we all are really human beings. I've coached so many people, been around the world, many places. We all want to be useful. So once the people understand how they can be useful, after going through that experience, then they can take that in and come to a more ease with it. I see. Yeah.
Beautiful. Yeah, that reminds me of Viktor Frankl and his book Man's Search for Meaning, and really creates meaning from the suffering by turning it into something to help others. So I love that. That resonates with me a lot as well. And what are you going to do with everyone that comes to Lemon Rebellion? How are we going to, because Lemon Rebellion is not just about learning the concepts, but about experiencing them and being able to actually apply at least a small piece of that during our time together. So what will you guide everyone through that comes to hear you at Lemon Rebellion?
I am planning on really guiding them through a group coaching session so that group can learn from one another, learn from each other's superpowers and how they turn their
Mhm.
lemons into superpowers, right?
Yeah.
Their superpowers. So I will facilitate and as a coach help them to see the points that they were missing in the way they look at that experience, so that through at the end of those sessions they can actually um, leave the session as with a different perspective that they walk in with, and also wearing their strengths much better as they integrate the experience
Oh,
better.
awesome. I can't wait. And another thing I'm really excited about what you're going to do with everyone, Tijen isn't just any coach. She's an MCC from ICF. And I don't know if you know about the International Coaching Federation, but in many ways it's the gold standard in the coaching industry. So it will be amazing to have everyone experience what it feels like to be in that group coaching session for people that are curious about coaching and maybe don't fully understand what it is or have had an experience. This will be a great point of comparison to just feel what it feels like to be coached by someone that's very experienced and very grounded in this topic. It's, in Spanish, we say we're tirando flores, we're throwing flowers at you. That's the way to give a compliment.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'll take them back. Thank you. So everybody, if this topic interests you, becoming resilient, and you'd like to hear more from Tijen, please join us from September 19th to the 25th through the 25th at Lemon Rebellion. She'll be talking again about being resilient with a group of 30 other speakers, life coaches, wellness practitioners during our live online event. It's meant to help women become equipped to navigate major life changes and turn adversity into advantage. And really, again, Tijen, awesome to see you. Thrilled to have you, and can't wait to hear more from you in September.
Thank you for hosting me, and I cannot wait to see everybody wearing their superpowers and looking great anyway.
Wonderful. Awesome. Well, thank you again, Tijen.